rise from your grave.
What's going on, guys? I haven't talked to you in a while. It's Pistons and Rods here. Decided to make another video today. One of the things that made me decide to make this video, and I'm going to talk about it, you guys can see the subject line here, but you know, YouTubers that you watch. So this the kind of like more bad ideas gave me this kind of idea, and then of course Tank Girl followed up and she gave me an idea about this too. So who do you watch? What I want to put a little bit of my own little twist on it. So it's not only going to revolve around motovloggers, but really who you watch on YouTube, and I'll break it down by category just for me. You know what I'm saying? And no, I'm sure I'll identify with some of you guys that watch these guys, but then some of the others, maybe you don't watch them. First, I'm going to talk about gaming. So the number 2 thing that I watch on YouTube other than motovlogs is gaming channels. So that will be one of my favorites. I'm sure if you guys are into it, you've heard of it, Cinemassacre, or the Angry Video Game Nerd. Like, I watch his shit, like, no matter what episode he comes out with, I watch him and his gameplays. So those are one of the things that I really, really enjoy. And you have to kind of be of a certain age to kind of get it, I would say. Or maybe you will get it if you're younger, but if you grew up in the Nintendo era, and that's where all these things are going towards, you'll get why I watch these guys. So they're more of like a retro type channels. So Cinemassacre, Angry Video Game Nerd. Next one I watch is the Game Chasers. I find them freaking hilarious. Like, you can think of their channel almost as I don't know, auction hunters or some other shit like that that's on like TV, except they're going out and trying to get games. But the cool part is they're not going out and trying to buy stuff and then resell it. They're getting it because they're collectors. So they get into arguments, they call each other all types of names. There's 2 of them that do it, and their camera crew and everything, and it's really, really funny. So the Game Chasers, I'll definitely say that they're a big channel that I love to watch. Oh, also for all the channels I'm going to recommend, I'm going to put them down in the description below so you guys can actually go through and see them and check them out yourself. Classic Game Room, that is another channel that I watch a lot. Almost anything from Classic Game Room released from Lord Carnage. Now, Classic Game Room has a couple other channels. There's one by Derek, and his name on there is like CGR Undertow or whatever. You can watch that. You might like that if you're a little bit like, I don't know, younger type stuff. But I find Lord Carnage, his stuff, to be the best out of Classic Game Room. And then the last one I'm going to mention about video games is GameSack. GameSack puts out episodes, and they do them probably like once a month, and they're pretty long. They're pretty long productions. They're about like 30 minutes long per show, and they'll cover a particular topic of different types of games. And they're mostly from like the 8-bit, 16-bit era, but they'll also cover some other, like, I don't know, random shit like 3DOs and whatever. So if you're kind of like around, I guess, that age where you remember those things, you'll like these channels. If you're not, and all you play is CLD and Battlefield, then you guys will probably not like these channels. So that's my recommendation on video games. Okay, moving on to my next topic, car stuff. There's really only one channel I watch about car stuff, and that's regular car reviews. And that's it. That's all I watch. I love cars. Like, cars are the second thing that I like the most out of any motor. They're the first thing, I guess. Let me start back over. Okay, cars came first, and then motorcycles for me. So that's how close cars are to me. However, the presentation of how you do a car review and a car show is completely different. So regular car reviews, they do it pretty funny. The only other thing that I can compare it to is like a low budget Top Gear is maybe what I can compare it to, only in commentary, only because Mr. Regular, he's a pretty funny guy when it comes to these cars, and he's almost spot on about all these different types of cars that he reviews, from like, you know, a 1990 Miata to like a first gen MR2 to, I don't know, yeah, I think he recently just did a Subaru SVX, which I comment on. Like, it's that kind of shit. So if you're into cars, and you know a little bit about older cars, watch regular car reviews. It's hilarious. So jumping back to some of my other hobbies that I've gone into, that I have, and maybe I'll share this with you guys later on about what I do with these types of pieces, is a channel called NutnFancy. I've been watching him for a while, and his episodes are long. They're like 45 to 60 minutes long each, and they're all about outdoor survival gear, hunting gear, firearm gear, all that kind of stuff, and testing them in different conditions on how they actually work out in the desert. So more props to him, man. A lot of people say that he has a lot of things to say, but he's been on YouTube for, I don't know, probably almost a decade doing his NutnFancy thing, and I watch his show almost every single time. Skallagrim, I may be getting this wrong. He's a Canadian dude. He does a lot of stuff with blades and everything, and swords, like little tiny cutting blade swords, and he does a little bit of firearm stuff, but it's kind of cool because I never found interest in blades or swords or anything like that until he started presenting it, and he presents it in a historical way, but his presentation is pretty funny, is the way that I'll put it. It's entertaining. Next channel that I really like is Demolition Ranch. If you guys haven't watched Demolition Ranch, you guys should. I mean, this is the type of guy that'll do like a soccer kick and then shoot the soccer ball with a shotgun. Really cool dude. I think he's also a vet as well. So big ups to that. I have big respect for people that look out for, you know, just animals in general and are in the veterinary science. So he's a pretty cool dude. He does a lot of experimentation with making his own different type of shotgun shells and seeing what happens and whatnot. Next guy that I'll mention within this region, and it'll be the last one, I promise, and all you guys have probably heard of him, is FPS Russia. FPS Russia used to be like the shit. He was the actual go-to like firearms channel if you actually wanted to watch something that was entertaining, not so much as informative. Not saying that he's not informative, because he is, but it has more to do in entertainment. Now, I know a lot of stuff happened to him in the last few years where he's not really driving like a tank through White Castle anymore. He doesn't do that kind of stuff anymore. But he's doing more straight up reviews. So FPS Russia, I used to really like his old stuff. His new stuff is kind of just like, but he's got the newest, greatest type of, you know, weapon, I guess you will say, if you're in the United States, that you can get your hands on, or even if you need a special license, he gets his hands on it, and he's able to test them, and it's kind of cool. So that leads me to motovlogs, and I am not going to name any large motovloggers. I'm not even going to name any medium motovloggers. I'll probably name some motovloggers that are around, I don't know, my size, I guess, but I really see these guys are coming up because they're the ones that I watch the most. Big motovloggers, medium motovloggers, you guys will find them, and you guys are probably already subscribed to them. But let me name them off real quick. More bad ideas. Again, he's the one that kind of like, you know, inspired me to make this video. He's hilarious. Really funny guy. I think he's from around the Miami type area in Florida. TheMuscleBiker. He's a pretty cool dude too. I believe he's in, oh god, where is he? Utah or something, Colorado, one of those states where there's a bunch of mountains. Tommy Twowheels. Tommy Twowheels is pretty funny. He does dual motovlogs with his wife in Atlanta, and he's a pretty funny dude, and he's been riding around for a really long time, so he knows his shit. Bash 041. Now, a lot of people have mentioned Bash, and I'll say he's probably the next big thing to actually come up. Like, Bash is hilarious, over the top, doesn't care what he says, screams in public, asks people just random questions. Like, Bash is, I love watching his channel. BLDH, he's another guy that I watch. TheSpikeyBiker is another guy that I watch from the UK. And then another guy I watch from the UK is SFC. And if you guys have seen his logo, it looks like KFC. And if I'm doing it wrong, then maybe he'll probably comment on one of my videos and say, "You're fucking wrong, dude." But he doesn't like, he doesn't censor anything. I equate him to the UK version of Shade Tree Surgeon. Only he's much like less censored than Shade Tree even is. So check out his channels. I mean, check out all these channels that I'm going to list down below in the description. But that's what I watch on YouTube, guys. If you guys got any other questions, let me know what you guys kind of want to watch. And this goes outside of motovlogging and motorcycles, so please, like, I'm always looking for new content to actually watch on YouTube, because there's so many good content creators out there. So if you got other stuff to recommend, just put them down below. Put down like your top 3 below. It could be from any category, does not matter, just so that people get to check it out, support this actual YouTube community, keep everything growing, and, you know, keep people entertained, because that's what it's all about, right guys? So until next time, I'll talk to you guys later. Peace.